Welcome to Villainous News, your local, national, and global news stop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. Kentucky sheriff killed a judge in his chambers following an argument, police say. Here's what we know. Investigators are trying to determine why a Kentucky sheriff allegedly shot and killed a district judge after they argued inside the judge's chambers, according to Kentucky State Police. District Judge Kevin Mullins, 54, was found around 3 p.m. Thursday with gunshot wounds and pronounced dead at the Letcher County Courthouse in Whitesburg, Kentucky. State Police Trooper Matt Gayhart said at a Thursday evening news conference. Letcher County Sheriff Sean M. Steins, 43, whose role made him responsible for the judge's personal security, shot Mullins after an argument inside the judge's chambers, a preliminary police investigation revealed. Steins is now facing a first-degree murder charge, state police said. CNN is trying to determine whether Steins has an attorney. Steins turned himself in after the shooting and was arrested at the scene without incident on Thursday, authorities said. He is cooperating with authorities, Gayhart said. It is unclear who will take over as the county sheriff following the arrest of Steins, who had been sheriff for about 8 years. There are cameras inside the building, and all witnesses will be interviewed, he said. This community is small in nature, and we're all shook, Gayhart said. The killing came less than 2 weeks after Southeast Kentucky was rocked by a shooting at an interstate that wounded 5 people in Laurel County. And just 3 days ago, a Russell County deputy was killed in the line of duty, officials said. There is far too much violence in this world, and I pray there is a path to a better tomorrow, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear said in a social media post. While other people were in the building when Mullins was shot, no one else was inside the judge's chambers, and no other injuries were reported. There's no threat to the public, Gayhart added. Law enforcement has yet to release details about the argument that led up to the shots, and the motive remains under investigation, Gayhart said, adding the incident was isolated. The first court appearance for Steins is scheduled for September 25 before a judge in Carter County, about 100 miles away from the crime scene, said Jackie Steele, the Commonwealth's attorney assigned to the case. Steins will appear at the hearing remotely, Steele said. Steins is being jailed in Leslie County, more than 40 miles from the Letcher County Courthouse. It was not clear Friday if Steins would remain in Leslie County or be transferred elsewhere before his hearing, Steele told CNN. In Kentucky, sheriffs are responsible for security at courthouses, including the personal security of judges, according to Jerry Wagner, a retired sheriff who is now the executive director of the Kentucky Sheriff's Association. We have 120 sheriffs that work on a daily basis with our judges. We work more closely with them than any other elected officials, Wagner told CNN Friday. No one saw this coming, Wagner added. I don't know how you prepare for this. Here's what we know about the 2 men, the killing, and the investigation so far. Mullins, a resident of Jackhorn, served as a district judge for Kentucky's 47th District Court in Letcher County since being appointed in 2009 by former Governor Steve Beshear, the current executive's father, according to the Associated Press. He was elected a year later, then re-elected in 2014, 2018, and again in 2022. Before his judicial appointment, Mullins served as Assistant Commonwealth's Attorney in Letcher County and primarily focused on drug-related offenses, according to CNN affiliate WKYT. He was admitted to the bar in 1995. Mullins was known for promoting substance abuse treatment for people involved in the justice system and helped hundreds of residents enter inpatient residential treatment, citing a program for a drug summit he spoke at in 2022, the Associated Press reported. He also helped develop a program offering peer support services in the courthouse for addiction treatment and worked with various healthcare providers, the AP said. Mullins also served as a founding member of the Responsive Effort to Support Treatment in Opioid Recovery Efforts leadership team. Earlier this month, the sheriff highlighted the agency's work, including recent drug busts. Thank you to the awesome citizens of Letcher County for allowing us to serve you and providing us with information to help catch fugitives and assisting us with getting drugs off our streets, Steins wrote in a Facebook post on September 4th. An investigation into how the fatal shooting unfolded and what the argument between the two men was about is underway, state police said Thursday. We know that it was an argument between the two that led up, but what exactly transpired prior to the shots being fired, those are still things that we're trying to get answers to, Gayhart said. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman indicated Thursday his office will work with Steele as special prosecutors on the case. We will fully investigate and pursue justice, Coleman said. Mullins's body will be sent to the medical examiner's office at the state capitol in Frankfurt, according to Gayhart. Steins was deposed earlier this week in an ongoing federal lawsuit involving a former deputy who coerced a woman to have sex with him in Mullins's chambers in 2021. Sabrina Adkins and Jennifer Hill filed suit against Steins and Deputy Ben Fields in 2022, claiming the deputy said he would keep Adkins out of jail and on home release, while avoiding paying the fees associated with an ankle monitor in exchange for sex. According to the complaint, when Adkins told Fields, her home incarceration officer, she was having difficulty finding a place to live and could not afford an ankle monitor, the deputy made flirtatious comments about Sabrina's looks and body and told her that he was confident that they could work something out. Adkins alleged the deputy met her after dark in the chambers of Judge Mullins, telling Sabrina that he wanted to meet her there because there were no cameras, the lawsuit says. Fields was accused of meeting with Adkins at the courthouse during evening or early morning hours roughly a half-dozen times, including for sex, in Mullins' chambers over a 7-month period. Hill, the second plaintiff, accused Fields of falsely claiming she was not meeting the terms of her home confinement after she refused to do a favor for him, which she interpreted as a request for sex. The lawsuit says after Hill was later arrested, Fields harassed her at home and explicitly demanded oral sex, and later sexual intercourse in his sheriff's office vehicle in exchange for staying out of jail. Fields was charged with multiple felonies and a misdemeanor, including rape and tampering with a monitoring device, and was given a suspended jail sentence as part of a plea deal earlier this year, according to the Mountain Eagle newspaper. My nightmares got so bad, I had to go on medicine and probably will be for the rest of my life, Adkins said at the January sentencing, the Mountain Eagle reported, adding she continued to receive counseling for trauma. Hill has since died, and criminal charges against Fields related to her were dropped, but her estate is continuing to pursue the lawsuit against Field and Steins, court records show. The lawsuit alleges the sexual allegations against Fields were not appropriately investigated by Sheriff Steins. Steins fired Fields in 2022 after the lawsuit was filed for conduct unbecoming, according to a disciplinary letter obtained by the Louisville Courier-Journal newspaper. In a response filed to the lawsuit, defense attorneys wrote, Mickey Steins, at all times acted in good faith and exercised reasonable care and skill in effectuating his duties as required by law. Defendants also argued the case should be dismissed because of the statute of limitations and sovereign immunity. Steins was deposed in the case on Monday. Plaintiffs' and defendants' attorneys both confirmed to CNN. They did not reveal any details of his testimony. Jonathan Shaw, the attorney representing Steins in his official capacity in the lawsuit, told CNN in an email he did not have the authority to speak on Steins' personal behalf in the federal suit or the murder case. This is a sad day for our legal community, and I hope that in time we will have a clearer understanding of the circumstances that led to Judge Mullins' death, Shaw said. Our thoughts and prayers are with the judge's family and the families of all involved. Kentucky Supreme Court Chief Justice Lawrence B. Van Meter was shocked by Mullins' killing, and the court was left shaken, he said in a statement. My prayers are with his family and the Letcher County community as they try to process and mourn this tragic loss, Van Meter said. Matt Butler, Commonwealth's attorney for Letcher County, recused himself from the sheriff's prosecution because his wife is the sister of Mullins's wife, Butler said in a statement Thursday evening. He described the sheriff and the judge as two men that I have worked with for 17 years and loved like brothers. We all know each other here. For example, anyone from Letcher County would tell you that Judge Mullins and I married a pair of sisters and that we have children who are first cousins but act like siblings, Butler said. Please pray for Judge Mullins' family and my children. Ian and Ivy have cried and begged to see their uncle, he added. My community is completely devastated. As a result of the shooting, circuit and district courts, as well as the office of the circuit court clerk, will be closed until operations can resume, the Kentucky Administrative Office of the courts said Thursday. Once the courts reopen, a retired judge will temporarily take over district court cases until a judicial nominating commission selects Mullins' replacement, spokesperson Jim Hanna told CNN Friday. Letcher County schools and the Southeast Kentucky Community and Technical College were also placed on a brief lockdown after the shooting, according to the Associated Press. How wild is this? Leave your comments below and be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more.